I have not actually done a real vlog for a while. Scary. I'm scared. Good morning, Mason gang. Already been here for a couple hours working on the building. Oh, the sun's in your way. You can't even see it. I'd show you more, but we have a bunch of vlogs coming out on two guys, myself, my godfather, redoing our building, getting it done, making it pretty. It took months. So I really hope you like that video coming in the near future. Today, we're just doing a little bit of touch up. The only thing we have left is that little corner, and we just need to paint that up. But before I finish painting, I actually have to run and grab a trailer because we got to get rid of that scissor lift. That scissor lift that is super, super scary. We actually fell into the building once, which was horrifying. And just like that, got the trailer hooked up. Picking up the lift to bring it back to A to Z. Oh, I gotta watch where I'm going, or else I'm gonna run off the curb. And just like that, the trailer, the lift, it's all returned. See you later, lift. See you later, A to Z. A few more baby tasks to get to today. Gonna run back to Hopkins, gonna get that painting done quick. And then I got a big date tonight, which I'm pretty excited about. But that's gonna be towards the middle of this video, and you'll have to wait for that because I need to get some painting done quick. All right, so we just finished up congratulating Brandon on his big half marathon. Congrats, Brandon Wilson. Now Joey and I are out here kind of looking like idiots. So for all you guys that don't know, Joey and I are starting another company called Elevated Lawns, and it's gonna be a fantastic mowing company. Like, it's gonna be high class. I'll give you more details later. But because we're starting a mowing company, and there's no grass to be mown right now because it's, well, it already froze here once. We're testing how long it takes us to mow stuff in this nice grassy area at the farm. And all of our cones are set up. They're like trees. Joey and I will be giving quotes all winter long, and we want to make sure they're spot on. So we're actually trying to figure out the exact amount of time it would take us to push mow 1/8 of an acre. That's what we're doing right now. We're testing weed whacking. So Joey, what were we doing when we were weed whacking?
We were making sounds with our mouths for the weed whacker noises, and doing about 100 feet of weed whacking, see how long it took, and then went around some trees, see how long it took.
Yeah, so we're trying to do everything from weed whacking to blowing to push mowing to ride mowing, but we couldn't find any riders to test because they already winterized them.
Everything already froze.
Yeah, everything already froze, so we couldn't do that.
Well, luckily we have a push mower that doesn't work, so the assisted acceleration here doesn't work either.
Yeah, well, this is a mower from our first company, and it's been sitting in a shed, not being used for about, oh my gosh, Joey, it has to be more like 5 years now that I think about it. So here's the thing, guys. If you're starting a company like Joey and I are, you sometimes have to do things that make you look ridiculous. And some people might not think of them necessarily because, well, these are just tree. Yes, good move.
Thank you.
And that's the beauty of starting a company. You just keep testing, keep running things, and you try to make it the most accurate you possibly can. So Joey's gonna sit here and mow for a few more minutes, and then we're probably gonna go check out the old blowing strategy. For all of you dying to know what we learned when we were doing this, we found out that that's the average US driveway. Wow, what a big driveway. Joey, how was your 10 minutes of mowing?
It was awful. What a shame.
So we learned that it takes us about a minute to weed whack every 100 feet. And then we kind of sit on average, it's about 25 to 30 feet around like every tree we have to do. We were taking into account that there were probably mulch beds. And then Joey, with his push mowing, he did 1/8 of an acre, which was 5,400 feet. Took him almost 9.5 minutes.
With a push, without the assistant acceleration on there.
Yeah, true. And it only took us about 1.5 minutes to blow that. It was a dirty driveway, so we had to, really clean it off. I wasn't slow, Joey. I made it really clean.
Yeah.
And then we also just cheated and looked up how long it would take to mow with a 54-inch mower, and we found that it'd take like 15 to 20 minutes. So if you guys are ever thinking about creating a mowing company, we essentially just took those numbers, we mapped out some houses, and kind of we figured out a rough idea of what like our minimum price would be for a 1/4 acre.
Mm-hmm.
Feel good about that, Joe?
I do feel good.
Yeah. So then we'll just be meeting up next week and we'll actually like run real numbers. And I think eventually Joey and I are thinking about making an actual course on how to build a service business, more specifically like a mowing company. So we're actually videoing like all of our meetings, everything we do. And we're eventually going to put that into some kind of written form so you guys could eventually just copy it someday, which is going to be pretty sweet. And like that's one of the things I'm most excited about when it comes to us building this, because it's going to be unique in that way. Oh, by the way, just for our own documentation, Joey had COVID and he's still alive. So
yes, had COVID, was cleared earlier this week, so survived, feeling all right, and pushing a lawnmower now.
And before we move on with our day and say goodbye to Joe, Joey and I decided for old memories that we'd climb the silo, because we did this back in high school, but we haven't done it for a while. And it's really scary. I'm scared. I'm scared, Joey. Don't pass out and fall on me, because I'm going to be underneath you. Wow. Beautiful. We made it. Yeah, you have compressions on. That's pretty high. Yeah, Joey and I decided if we fell, we just die together, so it'd be okay. But it is really spectacular up here. If you ever have the chance to have a good old business meeting outside and then climb a silo, you should give it a go. Definitely do it, yeah. Definitely do it. The majority of tonight's video is actually going to be a wonderful date night with the Ashleys. Ashley, can you please... Oh, she's unboxing our projector right now. Ashley, why do we have a projector? And what are we doing right now?
Movie night on the barn.
Essentially, we got this book, or I should say, Ashley got me a book. Or actually, for both of us, right? On our anniversary, she got us this book on essentially all these dates we can go on. So it's a book where you just see the name of the date, you see what kind of is included in that date, and then you just pick a night and you have to scratch off that date. So there's an explanation under a scratch off. And Ashley, what did we scratch off last weekend?
We scratched off build a fort, watch a movie, and roast some marshmallows under like a gel fire, or over a gel fire or something.
Yeah, so we looked at that and we were like, oh, that'd be fun.
All indoor.
Not.
things.
So we decided with this book, we're going to do a bunch of dates. And whenever we read what that date is, we're going to try to make it a little more extreme. So instead...
We can't do anything normal. We go to the extreme.
Oh, yeah. So instead of doing a movie night inside underneath some blankets, we decided to buy a projector. And we decided to make a real fire outside and make some type of cool, unique movie night. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna set up and then we'll touch base in a few minutes. Plus, when you're setting up for a movie, it's always fun to make up an excuse to use the old side-by-side. Just filled up with some wood, heading back, go and make a fire. This chuck wagon, for all you guys that don't know, obviously none of you guys know, we bought this thing back in the day to make ice skating rinks, and used to make it on the lake all the time, but it kind of got old and doesn't really have the power anymore to do an ice skating rink, but it's definitely nice to use around the farm. Oh, look at that wife, making a perfect fire for us to eat dinner. We brought some hot dogs to eat. We got some marshmallows in the house. Look at that, the screen set up. I have the light on still because you couldn't see us without the light on. So we got this sweet new projector. It's an RCA. I don't know anything else about it. How much was it? Like $100?
No, like $50.
$50. Wonderful. We also got a screen for that projector, but it's super, super windy tonight. We were actually going to go down in the woods, and the problem is we don't have a generator to hook in the projector to, and we measured it out with a measuring wheel, and it was like 1,000 feet, and we didn't think we could run enough cord to get there. So we compromised, and we did it up against the barn. So we got our projector, we got our computer plugged into that, we got our fire over here, we got our food. Oh, now we just get to hang out next to the barn in the dark, watch a movie. Here, let me show you. Let me show you how clear this is when I turn off the light. Oh, can you see that? How cool is that? Little movie night with the wife. So in conclusion, we were supposed to watch a romantic movie. Oh, wow. Don't want the computer to blow over. We were supposed to watch a romantic movie. We were supposed to do it inside with a little lamp fire thing. So instead, oh, you can't see me, it's dark. Instead, we're watching Grimm, a
sci-fi scary TV show.
Yeah, something that was on Fox. So it's kind of scary out here in the dark, which is way more fun than a romance movie. Ah! Oh. And we're making hot dogs under a real fire with a cool projector. And you know what? If you want to copy our date, you can copy it with like a projector for like $50. And you probably don't need the screen if you can find like
a computer outside by a fire.
Yeah, computer by a fire works too. But it's nicer than being inside. It really is.
When it's 65 in November in Minnesota.
Yeah, you can't really beat that. So we are actually going to chill probably for the rest of the night. And that actually kind of wraps up today's vlog. It was a little shorter than expected because I thought we were gonna make like a wood shelter and find wood and kind of go crazy in the woods, but it's so windy that we just couldn't do it because we couldn't make this work. So thanks for joining me today. I love all of you, and I'll see you next time.